Alright, here we go. What is up, YouTube? Rob here. We're going to be playing some 2K16. I am switching it up. I've been streaming, some Far Cry. Been away from Call of Duty. We'll be back with the new DLC. But, we're going to play some MyCareer. Advance out of this bullshit. I just got drafted to the Bucks. Not too excited about that. The Bucks suck. But it's all good though. I'm in the NBA. This is actually my, I think, first game in the NBA. So.
All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
Yeah. Let's go win this game.
Here we go. My first NBA game.
My first NBA game.
This is something I've been waiting for my entire life.
This is something I've been waiting for my entire life.
I'm a little bit nervous.
I'm a little bit nervous.
But I know this is where I belong.
I belong.
Out there and do what I was born to do.
Yeah.
I hope I can make my family proud.
All right. This is a serious moment. The Milwaukee Bucks. Robert Elkins plays New York Knicks. I guess my nickname in this is called The Freak. I don't know if I could change that. I think you can change it, I'm pretty sure.
This is it. Opening day. Season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports.
All right.
Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. You can feel the energy here in the BMO Harris Bradley Center. The Bucks looking to please their fans in this Eastern
I'm on the
Conference
bench.
matchup. First chance.
I don't care about Carmelo.
Yeah, and whether he has friends and family in the crowd tonight or watching at home, I know a lot of people are proud.
Oh, thought he was going to shoot the three.
He's worked so hard.
Ooh, got the rebound.
Yeah, and the future's bright for him, Greg. Not just tonight and not just this season, but for years to come.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball.
New York, no good that time either. Now with Freak, Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready. He's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
Knicks trail by 5.
Come on.
And I think everyone knew the Bucks would be much improved last season, but to see the jump into the middle of the playoff picture, I think that took everybody by surprise.
Releases from 15.
Ah.
Here's Plumlee. Williams with the block, and he's able to get it back.
In a moment here, let's check out the numbers for Anthony. Great showing for him last season. Last season, put up about 24 points per, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
That free throw missing.
And in college, guys, Miles Plumlee had an unusual competitor at his position. It was his younger brother, Mason. I mean, they actually had to compete against one another for playing time.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Thomas checked in for Anthony. And it's a follow in for Tony Rote. They recover it. And it's sent back by Plumlee. And they get it back. And he gets the bucket.
Man.
Quinn's got his first basket of the night.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
Henson, and that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. Greg, going back to those Plumlee brothers you were talking about, there is competition, and then Clark, you know, there's this friendly rivalry that'll always exist.
Yeah, the brotherly competition, if you will. They have similar bodies and share some of the same attributes as well. Drafted in back-to-back years, both toward the end of the first round. A lot of parallels.
A lot of similarities, you're right. Shot clock at 3. Williams' shot is off.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Bayless. Thomas with the ball. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Monroe's checked in for Miles Plumlee. Jabari Parker comes in for Henson. Freaks checked in for Jared Bayless. And Middleton subbed in for Vasquez. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Lopez, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Porzingis comes in for Williams. Anthony's checked in for Thomas. And it's Tony Roten in for Jose Calderon.
Oh, my God.
He's in at small
Playing
forward.
horrible.
Monroe is out there with Parker. Then it's Mayo. And it's Middleton in at the 2 spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. For Milwaukee, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Mayo kicks to Parker. Stolen.
What?
They push it up 4 on 3. Here's Aflalo. Makes it off the glass. Aflalo's got 4 points this quarter.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Now here's Freak, covered by Anthony. Middleton against Aflalo. Middleton left side. Rebounded by Anthony.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Boy, the fast break has really been good to him here, and they're clicking in transition.
Yeah, 3 of their last 5 scores have come from fast break opportunities. They have made the most of their chances.
The Knicks leading by 4. Anthony on the wing.
Damn.
Concentration to hit the double
Anthony just blew past me.
14 points.
I like it. I like it. He broke out the fancy finish there.
Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot, taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, the mid-range J is almost a gimme.
Off target with the free throw line J. Bucks trail by 4. Mayo, the pass to Parker. That one goes in for him too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give him a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about it.
And the first half.
Come on, Brad. And
now the third quarter about to get going. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee.
Damn, they're getting their ass kicked.
For Monroe. Miles Plumlee comes in for Jabari Parker. Freaks checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Mayo in for Chris Middleton. The Knicks also changing it up. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Lopez. Williams comes in for Porzingis. And that's the very first basket right there, folks, of what is hopefully a very long and and a very prosperous career from Freak.
Yeah, and he can relax a little bit now. That first one is in the books. It won't be the biggest bucket he makes in his life, but man, it may be the most memorable.
I think you may be right about that. No matter how many thousands of them he winds up with, he'll never forget that first one.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
And both free throws good for Anthony. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Vasquez dishes to Freak. And there's the feed to Plumlee. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Kicks it to Vasquez.
And even though it didn't go down, he did some nice work to get that inside.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shock.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Shitty game. That was a bad game.
Welcome back. Carmelo Anthony. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fight. And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season.
And they have fucking Carmelo Anthony blocking me the whole time. He's like one of the best players. I gotta get used to this game. Alright, this should be a win. The Nets suck.
Coming home. New York City, baby. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pop, Cece, yeah, they're gonna be there. Playing in front of them in an NBA uniform for the first time is gonna be a special moment for me. Now I know all of Harlem's gonna be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
The Nets play before the hometown crowd. We've got it for tonight, live from Brooklyn, New York.
All right, here we go.
Last game for the Nets, they picked up a W against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance.
Lopez. Robinson comes in for Young. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Bogdanovich. And Donald Sloan subbed in for Jarrett Jack. On the court for the Bucks. Freak in at small forward. John Henson out there with Plumlee. Then it's Mayo. And it's Bayless at point. And the shot is good.
It's been a very efficient first quarter for him. He's creating good opportunities and converting those that he creates.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Brooklyn. He told me it's a fun challenge trying to slow down a team that's so cagey and opportunistic offensively. He said, of course we've done our scouting, but this is the first time we've seen them firsthand this season. So it'll be interesting to see if we can take them out of their sets and slow them down at that end. Guys, they'll have to be solid defensively. Back to you.
All right, Doris, thanks. Well, guys, it really makes sense to have their defense poised to deal with the great shooters on the floor tonight.
It really does. If they can't keep the damage done by those guys to a minimum, then it's going to be a long night.
No secret about that. I mean, when they're able to get into a rhythm shooting the ball, they can put a lot of points on the board in a hurry.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And Jason Kidd has seen a lot of things in his first few years of coaching. Already changed teams once and it had some personnel issues, but you cannot deny that he knows how to get the most out of his teams.
The feed to Henson. Mayo, the pass to Freak. Just 4 to shoot. And Henson kicks to Mayo. And they call over the back here.
What?
Too much contact.
Well, he's got to watch himself now. I mean, that's 2 fouls already, and he can't afford another one.
The Nets have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
Oh my God.
And the first one at the line is good.
And trailing here in the early.
The Nets with the lead. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Carter Williams is the point with Middleton at the 2. Antetokounmpo out there with Freak. And it's Monroe in at the 5 down low. Hollis Jefferson passes to Lopez. Offline with the baseline jumper. And with Kidd, the results on the floor, Greg, speak for themselves. He knows what he wants out of his players, Clark, and he keeps them accountable.
And, you know, having that accountability is what made the Bucks so much better last season. Kidd is still a very young head coach, but I tell you what, he's shown me a bright future in that capacity for himself.
5 on the clock. Here's Freak. And they're unable to get the time basket there. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting.
I can't fucking get into the hole. This game's like, I don't know. I like the old basketball games better than the newer ones.
Front pass the arc. Rebound Milwaukee. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
Lopez against Monroe. From about 19 feet, off the left rim and out. The Bucks trail. Freak with it. Monroe sets a screen for Freak. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Fuck. Get some fucking
Milwaukee
points.
Bucks ended last season 41 up and 41 down. A perfect 500 mark, and they were the epitome, Clark, of average at the end of the season. And as you can see, even during.
What?
Well, they're a young team, but at one point, 17-17. Also had an 11-11 record against the East and 6-6 against the West.
Second free throw, no good. Nets were pretty far back from relevance at times last season, as we saw. It took a late season hot streak for them, Greg, to get into the playoff picture.
Yeah, and that was a neck-and-neck race with the Pacers right till the very end. Not exactly what they had in mind at the start of the season, but they did pull through.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Jack. Carter Williams dishes to Antetokounmpo. That's good. Antetokounmpo's got his second bucket.
Boy, he picked him out brilliantly with that feed inside.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, Jason Kidd was just going over the plan with his team. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through Monroe. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. So, Kevin, change is already being made on the fly here in the second quarter.
Damn.
Thanks again, Doris.
And, you know, for the Nets, they ended up being bounced out of the first round, fell to the #1 seed Hawks. They put up a good fight against Atlanta and made the series interesting, but still came up short.
Carter Williams kicks to Monroe. Can't cash in from close range.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
They double in with Freak. Lopez outside to the left wing. Bogdanovich. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
And for the Nets in the postseason, they did have a good showing despite that early exit. Many people expected the Hawks to sweep, but they took them to 6 games and capped what was an interesting year.
There we go.
Overall.
Nets leading by 3. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Antetokounmpo against Jack. Over to the left wing. And stolen by Freak. The dish now to Monroe. The Bucks working the ball around. And Freak.
There we go.
Assist by Middleton. 6 points for Freak.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
And no doubt the defense had better play a little tighter.
Jack. That is good. And the Nets lead by 2.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Yeah, and, you know, the game of basketball, as you well know, Greg and guys, is a game of runs. So their offense is starting to move in a positive direction now. Nice upswing here.
And still, I don't know that anyone can define what Giannis's position is. It's kind of still up in the air. I mean, he's played mostly on the wing a season ago, and thus far, maybe that could end up being the best fit.
Now, Freak. 6 points for him. Jack with the rebound. Jack's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Got it.
Oh, what?
Come on. Just 5 shots.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Jack. 52 seconds left to play here in the half. 6 to shoot. It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Carter Williams.
And sometimes you just can't get around your defender there. You got to hit him with that hot top fade.
Now here is Jack. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Memphis.
But his passing just blew me away. I mean, to see him operate their offense that way was a breath of fresh air.
Thaddeus Young. 2 shots. That free throw good from Thaddeus Young. A platoon swap. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far.
Ladies and all right, now I want everyone here at the
well, both sides have assessed what they need. So Brooklyn making a change here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. Freaks checked in for Milwaukee. Nets leading by 7. We've got Bogdanovich. Jarrett Jack is out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Young in at the 4-man position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. And the shot is good.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And out of bounds is Brooklyn gains possession. Well, Milwaukee last year became just the 9th team in NBA history to go from Greg being the worst in the league to a playoff team.
Unbelievable what they accomplished. And they had a tough matchup in the first round with the playoff season Bulls, however. Things didn't go well, but they did get some valuable experience from that effort.
Lopez inside, covered by Monroe, and now it's a double-digit lead. And now an 11-point Nets lead. Antetokounmpo kicks to Monroe. And here's Freak. He's got 6. Out to the right wing. Monroe, the pass to Freak. From deep. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jack's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Well, as you said, guys, I mean, the Bucks struggled early in their series against the Bulls, but they got the momentum and forced a game 6, but then were blown out at home to end the series. Ended up losing by 54. That's right, 54. Wow.
Lopez with the steal. And the Nets with possession here. Now here is Jack. Tight defense on him. Young sets a screen for Jack. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And as you said, the Bucks lost on their home floor. One thing about that series is the Bucks introduced their new logo. They gave away free playoff tickets to anyone that turned in their old red gear. Not a bad deal in my book. And guys, looking at Jarrett Jack, one word.
Watch him. He's coming out over there.
Nets leading by 20.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Nets.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The stats tell us, Greg, that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Jack. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they got, Freak, he's in at 3. Mayo out there with Jared Bayless. Then there's Parker, and it's Plumlee in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Sergei Karasov's checked in for Brooklyn. Ellington comes in for Brook Lopez. Young's shot is off. Here's Milwaukee now. Kicks it to Bayless. Plumlee with the screen to stop the drought. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled away, they didn't let up.
And a chance now to...
Damn, man.
Kevin, we have Brook Lopez.
The 2K Sports postgame show.